Hey, Tri-Five enthusiasts, welcome back to Classic Chevy Revival, your go-to channel for all things Tri-Five Chevrolet. I'm your host, Kevin Hillner, and today we're diving into a restoration dilemma that many of us face when it comes to the classic beauties. A Tri-Five Chevy that's caught between preserving its original patina or undergoing a full-blown restoration. You know, it's a tough decision, and we're here to explore every angle of this classic conundrum. Will we keep the authentic charm of its weathered history, or will we unleash the full glory of a factory-fresh revival? Before we unravel this automotive tale, make sure to subscribe, hit that thumbs up, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Tri-Five enthusiasts, get ready for an episode that's all about the heart and soul of these iconic rides. Let's rev up those engines and dive into another episode of Classic Chevy Revival. Embracing a rustic patina finish for your Tri-Five Chevy involves celebrating the natural aging and weathering of the vehicle's original paint rather than removing or covering up rust spots and imperfections. The goal is to preserve and highlight them, turning them into distinctive features. This approach captures the character and the history of the car, showcasing the wear and tear it has endured over the years. Now, personally, I don't care much for patina, so I decided I'd repaint my 56 Bel Air. Now, the process took longer than I expected, of course, and, costs were about what I expected, so I did buy some tools that I didn't have to help remove the paint and rust to make the job a little easier, and it was a slow process for me due to some lower back issues I have, so be sure to include these issues you may have in your decision-making process. And also, by the way, on another note, I was watching a YouTube video from Dan at DD Speed Shop who said something along the lines of owners that don't care for patina are usually older and like the restored look, where the younger owners don't seem to mind the patina. So I asked my 30-year-old son-in-law who manages a body shop, and he said for him it depended on how far gone the vehicle is, but he didn't seem to mind the patina. So I believe Dan may be onto something. And speaking of Dan, if you have not seen his videos on YouTube, his channel is DD Speed Shop, check it out. He does some amazing things with Tri-Fives, including the 4-door to 2-door conversions, which that could be a topic for a future video here on Classic Chevy Revival. And although he's not a fan of 56s, I still enjoy his videos. So, the beauty of patina finish lies in its authenticity and uniqueness. Each scratch, rust spot, and faded area, it tells a story, reflecting the car's journey through its time. It's a style that resonates with those who appreciate the vintage and lived-in aesthetic, offering a stark contrast to the pristine finishes often associated with classic car restorations. While the paint finish may give the impression of a neglected exterior, it's crucial to note that the underlying structure of the car should be sound. Ensure that the bodywork is free from structural issues, and be sure to address any safety concerns before finalizing the patina finish. This approach is not just about leaving the car in its current state, but also about preserving its history while making it roadworthy and visually captivating. The result is a Tri-Five Chevy that stands out with distinctively authentic charm, attracting attention and admiration from fellow enthusiasts. So you say, well, what are the pros and cons of restoring the paint or preserving the patina? On the pro side, the choice between the two depends on personal preferences, the car's history, and the intended use. So here are some considerations for both options. Restoring the paint, a fully restored paint job provides a fresh and vibrant appearance, bringing the car back to its original or desired color, and for some collectors and enthusiasts, a professionally restored finish can enhance the car's value, especially if done accurately to the factory specifications. A new coat of paint, especially with the new modern finishes, and clear coats can provide an additional layer of protection against rust, UV damage, and other environmental factors. Restoring the paint allows for customization in terms of color choices, finishes, and detailing, and this is your opportunity to express your individual style. All right, so what about the con side? Well, a full restoration might mean losing the original patina and the original character that comes with it. And some enthusiasts value the historical authenticity of the original paint. A professional paint job can be time-consuming, could be expensive, and restoring the paint properly involves thorough preparation, including sanding, priming, and multiple layers of paint and clear coat, which personally I found out doing my 56, and I now have a new admiration for paint and body techs. So let's move on to restoring the paint with a professional restoration. With high quality paint, primer, clear coat, and other materials, it can cost several hundred to over $1,000 depending on the brand and the type. Professional labor costs for bodywork, sanding, painting, and finishing can range from a few $1,000s to several $1,000s depending on the complexity of the job and the hourly rates of the professionals involved. A DIY restoration's paint materials, including DIY paint kits and materials, can cost you a few $100 to $1,000 depending on the quality and the brand that you might purchase. Tools and equipments for DIY enthusiasts may include the need to invest in sanding tools, spray equipment, safety gear, and all that adds to the overall cost of your project. All right, so let's talk about preserving the patina with clear coat and preservation. Clear coat materials can preserve the patina, but can range from $50 to a few $100 depending on the type and the quality. Then you have your surface preparation costs associated with cleaning, rust treatment, and surface prep, and that will vary but are generally less than a full restoration. If you decide it's too much work for a DIY project, professional services for preservation to preserve the patina and apply a protective clear coat, labor costs will be once again significantly less compared to a full restoration. So if you decide to do it yourself, a DIY preservation, you can purchase clear coat products and materials for preserving the patina at, let's say, a relatively lower cost. As far as tools and equipment go, basic tools for surface prep and application of clear coat, they may be needed but are generally less expensive than the tools required for a full restoration. It's important to note that these costs are general estimates, and your actual expenses can vary based on factors such as, the condition of the car, the chosen materials, and the location. Also, DIY costs may not include the value of your personal time. What's your time worth? And potential learning curves associated with tackling the project independently, which I can personally attest to. So when you're deciding between the two options, it's recommended, to get some quotes from professionals, carefully consider the extent of work needed, and evaluate your own skills and resources if you're considering a DIY approach. There are many videos on YouTube that you could watch that are helpful, of course, but watching and doing are two different animals. Personally, I will probably never tackle another paint project on a Tri-Five again, unless it's a minor repair. Not that it was all that difficult, but I'm not as young as I once was, and the project took way longer than I originally thought. But when I look on the plus side, what I learned about my car in the process, that was invaluable. So I went and checked that off my bucket list. And there you have it, the restoration journey of our Tri-Five Chevys, where the choice between preserving patina and going for a full restoration. That'll be up to you. What's your preference? If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, give us that thumbs up, and share your thoughts in the comments. Also, check out our website, ClassicChevyRevival.com, where I will post some vendor product websites and materials I used along the way with some brief comments about the pros and cons of each of these. So, as we always say here at Classic Chevy Revival, ride and revive. Because whether it's patina or a factory fresh look, every classic car has a story worth telling. I'm Kevin Hillner signing off. Until next time, Keep those classic Chevys rolling, and don't forget to ride and revive.